face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Happy Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. All
Tuesday
night long.
night.
Yes, sir.
So tonight's going to be just a little bit of a wrench night, hangout night. Hit up the chat, see what the chat's about. You've got some stuff to talk
Yes.
about. My week's been, well, it's something to talk about, but it got thrown a big wrench.
Yeah, it did. A big wet one.
Yes,
You're like
a little
ew.
bit wet. It's been sucky. So,
Yes.
well, I'll start with mine because mine is not eventful.
Well, it kind of is.
It is. It's torn up my track area currently because of having to move everything.
Oh, so that's why you did it. So you'd be like, oh, I had to lose because my track and I couldn't get it set up and I'm getting
Yeah.
old and
Yeah,
all
that's
that.
exactly. You got it, man. All kinds of that. But yeah, no, we've. I'm trying to send some photos over right now so that I can upload them and show the fun that we've been having here. Not as much fun as you.
What?
You're doing some projects too. No, but at the end of it, it is good because I'm reshaping a bunch of stuff in the yard, and I'm going to have more dirt brought in for my track area, so that's good.
That is good.
So in the end, it'll be good. In the now, it's
Sucky.
not super cool.
Super sucky. I don't
And
know
I'm-
why, but I can't
Yeah.
find my 1.5 right now to save my life.
Oh, I've got one right here you could use.
I got two of them normally. I can't find one of them.
Bunch of people in here. Endo's RC, Mirror Deep, Crazy Quad Brothers, P3, North Rock RC, Brian. What's going on, Brian? Brian Taft. Owen Rogers. Owen, haven't seen you in a bit, man. Good to see you. Scott Long, Jeff Walter, RC Jeep Guy, Psycho 13 Garage, Dirk. Super one-handed RC. I killed grass on my track today. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What up, fellow Trigger Lords? Oh, I like that name.
Ooh.
Trigger
good one.
Lords. All
like
right.
it.
I'm getting it up in preview right now so I can share the
Cue it up.
preview screen. There it is. I'll start on something a little less.
I got a stuck pinion here.
Oh,
That's
those are
always
good.
fun. Yeah. Hey, I liked your video of your, well, I more than liked your video, but I liked your video of your granite. That was pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. So that was something cool to talk about.
Yeah.
That is definitely cool. One of my favorite trucks. I forgot how cool it was. Hey, David Schwartz. All right.
Schwartz,
Share
be with
screen.
you.
It's coming, guys. Sorry.
Let's see what you got. See what you got, Tony.
All right. First catch of the year. That's what we got.
Whoa.
My
That's a
son
big
caught
dog.
a drum. We were trying to go catfishing. And yeah. So in the granite video, I talked about a project that I was going to do where we were extending the berm in the hill in order to include raised beds, garden beds, and all that.
Sure.
However, in doing so, we also realized how much water there was everywhere and still underneath our deck and up by our
Oh.
house. So,
Was it like just a puddle under there or like,
oh
could you smell
yeah.
it?
I mean, in winter, after the snow melted, you walked on the deck and the water came up out from under it.
Oh, wow.
So some smart person built this deck at the bottom of two hills up against our house. So you have there's a hill like for our septic, whatever, which mainly runs toward the river, but it's a mound. We have a mound. And normally
No
it'd be
French
fine.
drain
You'd
up
have it and it all go down. No French drain. They just put this deck in. And all the water, the deck they did at the same height as the grass. So it wasn't even like sitting above the grass. So everything was just stuck underneath it. There was nowhere for it to go.
That's bush.
So we knew it was a project we were gonna have to get into. In the winter, I actually dug a channel along it, and then bored holes into the sidewalls of the deck to let water get out. And then we dug a trench out to the middle of the yard. Just a nightmare. You can see how much water there is in the yard.
That's terrible, man.
There is a French drain thing here, and so we were taking a sump pump and just sticking in there and pouring it into the drain over on the very far right of the screen.
But is it a proper French drain? It doesn't look very deep. I mean, when I've dug them, they've been like minimum.
Well, this actually has the runoff of the downspouts and all that go into that container and then out to the yard. It's not deep enough. It's really just a drain, and then that drain goes out further. But I dug it up hoping to tie more things into it, but I found out how high it is. And maybe it's probably not a French drain. It just goes out to the yard somewhere.
Gotcha.
So anyway, it gets away from the house, the downspouts and all that. So I was hoping to tie into it, but it's too high to do an actual French drain into it. So yeah. I've ripped out all the deck now, most of the deck. And I did continue though with the project that I had going on, which was building that big berm out to the side there. You can see it sticking out. And actually at the small rock on the left by the bush, that's where the wall used to be. And so I pushed it out probably 15 feet before it'll then grade into the yard.
Oh, I see.
And I'm going to grade all of this to go to this little drain there.
Okay.
I installed that into the drain. Sure. It was this two tubes, and where they were seamed, I took them apart and I installed this so I could also catch runoff water now, hopefully. So I'll make this hill go down to that.
That's not a pump though. It's just just a drain. Okay.
I could put a it basically it rises and then it overflows.
Right.
Kind of like a septic tank would do, right? So as it fills with water, it'll overflow. But I'll bring the ground of all these hills right up to the edge of that, and I'm going to build up all of the yard. And we're not going to do another deck. What a dumb idea with the hill. We're actually going to take that hill that comes down at an angle. I'm going to take a hill from the house like this. So I have two meeting, and right at that point, I'm going to dig a French drain. And it'll actually go out. Since I put that little joiner pipe on there where all the expanding foam is, I'm going to lift that out, and I'm going to trench underneath that all along the front of that hill and out to the middle of the yard way out there. So probably 100 foot of French drain I'm going to install way out into the yard.
Well, at least you got a tractor for that.
I do. The problem is it's so muddy you can't get anywhere with the tractor easily.
But, yeah, do you need to have the are you guys still in the wet season, or can you?
Yeah, I'm going to wait till it dries up to do the French drain part because it's so much water there.
Right.
But I have to redo, dude. I don't know if you've ever seen the back of our house, but we have like a huge deck across the whole back of it.
Oh no.
And all four of those posts are sitting in that water rotting.
Oh.
So I have to remove, and I don't know, I'm going to look at the chat here. One of the ideas I had, there's two ideas: either jack up the existing one and replace all the 4x4s into the ground and put actual cement around them this time. Idiot's didn't put anything cement. The whole deck sat right on the dirt with dirt up to the edges of it. Like just everything's rotten under there. It's a mess. So my thought is taking and encapsulating those posts with buy those cardboard pieces that you put in the ground, tape a couple together. Yep. Yeah. So cut a slit in it so I can open it, put it around the 4x4, sink it into the ground, and then tape another one on top of it. And actually, where it's rotten there, just have everything encased in cement to make that one beam. Because at the ground level, it's kind of rotted a little bit. My thought is just dig a hole around them and then just cement it all up as one big.
Oh, so like
cement
make a
base.
pier.
Yeah, a pier
Make a big
around
concrete.
the existing piece. That way,
Yep.
even like not 3 feet, but like 2 feet of it above ground would be cemented. So it'd be way above the rot as support. So
Mhm.
that wood would become part of the cement in a way. That's the idea. So anyway, absolute nightmare of a job. So
That's
yeah, I'm
brutal.
pointing to how far out I've extended it. Basically,
This
that
is
bush
where
on
it
the top.
sucks.
Yeah, the top. Well, no, this is the good part. That's where
No,
our
I know.
gardens are going to
Yeah.
go. And then it's too bad. There's a huge rock right under my finger there, and I can't get it out. It's too heavy for my tractor, and it's so muddy I can't get any traction.
Mm.
I could pull it if I kept it ground level. It's probably light enough, but it puts my tires in the mud and so much that it just
Oh, it digs it
sinks.
down. Yeah.
I try to chain the chain. That's how it's tilted out like that. I pulled it about 2 feet, and then it just got stuck. And then it was sitting on the chain, so I pulled the chain out today. Anyway, absolute nightmare. But all this dirt, and I actually shaved down the hill right behind the jump because it was a high spot in the yard. I figured if my yard's going to be tore up, I'm going to fix the other imperfections in the grade of the yard. And so I, like right up at the top by that willow tree, I shaved all that down because that doesn't need to be fresh dirt. But I took all that and I used it as fill underneath the topsoil, all the grass, top layer,
Mhm.
and just buried it all. You can see some of it by that rock where it's hanging out the edge of it.
So would you say
it's
you went up
been
2 feet or so, or what?
here. Oh yeah, no, at least
That's awesome.
it's probably 3 feet to the wall where the wall was.
Oh yeah, there
Because
you
that
go.
rock's
Oh,
huge. That's 4 feet.
oh,
That tube at the bottom there, those are 4 inches. Those are 4-inch pieces. So
I don't know if
stack that a
that's
bunch of
I don't know how to
times.
pronounce OK or however you pronounce it. He has a good
Oni?
point. You don't want to put encase your pylons in concrete because it has moisture in it. You want to put a saddle joint on your concrete and
and
then
then it's put on
mount that.
top it.
Yeah, and then mount and then so if you
That's how we
can,
did the last one. Is I jacked up the porch, cut it off.
right.
Oh no, we jacked up the porch. We put in new headers, and then we put in 6x6s. But yeah, we had poured pieces of cement first, and then we put the metal. We put the little tab in to put the metal on
Actually,
right into it.
how elevated is your deck? Is it elevated at all or no? That other
Oh yeah,
part?
there's 3 stories of decks. I
Okay.
ripped out the
Well,
bottom one. There's a middle one, and then there's an upper deck. But that just goes back to the house at an angle. Upper
okay.
deck.
Because
But
I
the
was gonna
middle deck
say,
is 4 4x4s to the ground. So I'll probably do one at a time. I'll jack up
well,
the corner,
what I would
cut out
do,
the.
I would dig your pylon, set it on your saddle joint, and then fasten that to your header board, and then cut out your other one. So you got all new lumber right there, and then you don't
Yeah,
have to
but it's
worry.
built all the way to the railing, so the whole deck is secured at the corner. So my thought was lift it, even jack it up maybe an inch if we can, and then pour the concrete under it and put that joist in, those metal brackets that'll you screw into
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I don't know. But he is right. You're not supposed to we used to all the time encase the 4x4s in cement back in the day. But now you're supposed to put them on top.
Well, technically, you still can if it's pressure treated, I think.
It is pressure treated and painted.
Yeah.
But
I think
it
you
has
can.
that rot spot in it. So what I would probably do is before I encase it in cement, I would probably on the 4 sides screw in at the good parts of it extra support and then encase it just to stiffen it up. But it is one of those things where it's like eventually we
like you
want
could
to
sister it up. Yeah. I
yeah,
gotcha.
sister it up on the sides and then encase it. But
Alex says, we're going to pump you up.
yeah. So it's a nightmare. Lots of French drains to be dug. I have to buy mats or
how it is to
something.
be a homeowner, right?
Yeah,
All
it's
the-
not
all the
gotten
awesome
any
things.
better here at the new house. The last one had a bunch of nightmares, but yeah.
Brutal. Well, all I've got are some bees.
You do have bees.
And I feel bad because I really want to just get rid of them. But apparently, that's not what you're supposed to do.
I'm with Oni on this. That's what we did at the other one with the roof line. Is we lifted the roof,
There you go.
ripped out
It's a lot of
everything.
work. Yeah, it's a lot of
It
work.
is. But I have the jacks now because of it. Yeah.
That's what you can tell your wife.
Yeah.
Be on the bright side, we've got all
Yeah.
this stuff to do it with. Always a silver lining.
We jacked it up and then we put it on we put in a few temporary supports on those little castle type things or whatever to hold it, since we didn't trust the jacks to keep it up on hydraulics, so yeah.
Jack stands.
Yeah.
Castle things.
No, the cement ones they use for decks.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
We
about. The
pried a
piers,
board
yeah.
in. We pried in other supports that would hold. And then
There.
we lifted again and removed all that stuff.
Yep.
It was a pain.
Well,
So yeah, so we gotta lift the deck. Got a lot of work to do. Yay for summer.
I got one of these.
Quick run. What's that going in? The 12?
No, this is actually going in my son's Halo truck
Nice.
because this has for trailing and stuff.
Yep.
And I'm poaching. I have this that came out of his U4 truck, the 1080.
Yeah.
But that's going in. So I'm converting our 2 SMTs.
Yeah.
And I'm converting them to the Holmes Hobbies. This motor, I think, is the greatest motor known to man right now for $20. The
Holmes
Crawlmaster Spart 8-turn, 5-slot. It'll take 3S all day. And so I'm putting that in both of these SMT 10s, and it's going to be we're going to just run those in our backyard with our LMTs.
Nice.
So should be fun. But that means I just took this one out of his old U4 chassis that we don't race anymore. I took this one out, and now I'm going to take the one out of his Halo truck, but I have to solder this one, I think, because I don't think it'll reach all the way down there. I'd rather have it on bullet connectors on the SMT because it's such a pain. Art Hopfer got his MT12 yesterday. What'd you think? Have you ran it? So I ran into a problem with it. Small problem. I went to replace the motor.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have it out here, but I went to replace the motor. I went and got another motor. I went to go place it in the truck and realized the pinion shaft on the stock motor is like massively longer than all the other motors
Combined.
Yeah. So, but
You had a lucky
I did,
moment, though.
but I decided not to follow through with it.
What?
Yeah, I don't. So the Bezgar truck, for those that don't know, that I've done some videos with it. I've got to do another video with it, kind of like the wrap up review video of it. Is a little rocket ship of like a 16th scale or 18th scale truck. And I was going to put that motor because I wanted to take a look at it because it was a brushless system.
Yep.
Pulled the motor out and that had the 1/8 inch pinion shaft, which the 380s
needed.
Yeah, because then I could put my pinion and shift it way over and make it work. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run it with a stock motor and stay true to what it is. Because if I put that brushless motor in and I got one more, then I'd have to find another brushless motor just like that, which would be hard. It'd be kind of a crapshoot to put into another one.
Said.
Yeah. So back and forth, back and forth. TV, RC Nitro stuff. Don't do it. No, just kidding. Art says steering feels a little slow. I'd agree with that.
That's most stock trucks, I would agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say make sure your dual rate's all the way up, but I'm sure you probably know that already. But yeah, I turned mine all the way up and it's not that fast. But it's also kind of like, I'd say it's like one level, like entry level type car for what it is.
Yeah. I'm also T-Rexing if anybody just saw me reach for things. My whole shoulder goes in. I jacked my shoulder up somehow. Old age is my guess, but hasn't been confirmed.
Oh, I confirmed it. All right.
Yeah, you did. I also had showed you finally got confirmation that I do in fact have a huge bone spur on my heel that I've been complaining about for years. I've even been to an orthopedic person before.
And they didn't catch it?
No. Ticked off because I told them what I thought it was and they still didn't catch it. They should have been looking for it.
Brutal.
But yeah.
Art Hoffer said it's hard to beat the price. It is hard to beat the price for as fun as it is. Honestly, I think so. Here's my thinking on it. My thinking of it was putting one of these in it, a little 1060.
Yep.
That has a little bit more pop in reverse, not much, but a little more pop. And so by doing so, I think you'd be able to have, and it has more amperage. So it should be kicking more amperage towards that little motor, which would make it go faster. So we'll see.
Anybody guess what I'm working on?
Ooh, I know.
Anybody?
I know.
You know?
I know. I don't think he's in here yet.
No. Don't give it away.
I'm not. You know what I'm a little upset about? There's no stickers or heat shrink or tape in this 1080.
Wow.
Yeah. That's kind of shocking. Normally you get all of that in all the Hobbywing stuff. But to their defense,
they don't need no defense.
This is the best brushed budget ESC in the world. I said it. Budget
cuts.
Yeah. Best budget one. All the other ones are no bueno compared to that one. So I got these bees. So I sent you pictures.
I got worms.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it. I got worms.
Yeah. So I sent you pictures.
Yeah.
Of what I was doing in the backyard.
Yeah.
And so yesterday I was back there kind of working on stuff. And then all of a sudden I started hearing some buzzing, droning around my head. And I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden it starts getting louder. And I start seeing more and more, and I'm like, this isn't good. Sure enough, stepped on, covered up a beehive. So David Ferris, I was just covering about the motor debacle. No, I don't have a good suggestion because the motors have a super long pinion shaft. And I don't know of another 380 motor that has that pinion shaft that long. Yep, sounds like everyone's getting ready for the season outside. Jeff Walter says he's been busy around the park. Float plane crash in Lakewood, Washington, barely missed the house. Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard about that. Or I heard about the float plane crash. Didn't hear about it missing your house, but that's crazy.
Trying to make sure I do all this in the right order to get everything in because nobody's guessed what I'm doing yet.
Come on, we want to see you do it more than once, Tony. That's the best part of it.
When I have to rebuild something, nobody's quite guessed what I've been doing yet.
Oh, there you go. You just showed a peek. Right. So I asked and I didn't get an answer about the reflex because that was my first thought. And then I looked at the diagram, and the diagram doesn't show the pinion gear having to clear another gear like it does in the MT-12. So I can't confirm or deny that. You could do it if the pinion gear was longer. The problem is it's got a smaller pinion shaft than most pinions. So it's not an 1/8 inch pinion shaft. It's like just underneath 1/8 inch. So, so there's that. Sorry to keep on peeing in your Cheerios, but it's kind of, I went through all of this last week.
Is that a saying? Peeing in your Cheerios?
You've never heard that?
I just dropped it.
That's a saying.
That is a saying, but that's not what I meant. I actually did drop a nut. Yes, but what chassis? So you go ahead, keep on talking about peanut Cheerios.
No, I'm just talking about the
motor.
The motor, yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know. I'm sure you could find one. The problem is there's not much adaptability in the motor plate itself either. So there's that. So yeah, it's kind of a tough one all around. But there's got to be a solution. I mean, there's got to be. Hey, can you go full screen for a second so I can go get some water on this sponge? We're about to do
full
some
screen
soldering
on you.
On you. I'll be right back.
Matt Harris, got it. Black market chassis is what we're about to do here. Finally. There's all these screws in here. I'm not sure exactly what they're for. Oh, I bet for the upper links.
All right. I'm back.
Are you back?
I'm back.
I need to get this swap done. I'm so excited about it, and I haven't had time because of house problems.
Sounds like an excuse, Tony.
The MT chassis. It's that kind of show, huh? Yeah, that kind of show. Man, I'll tell you what, running the Granite again was so much fun.
It looked fun.
What a blast. What a great truck.
That's the thing I think people forget about is how simple sometimes RC can be. Simple fun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think people forget about that. And they shouldn't, because
Well, there's just
that's
so
what's
many
awesome
things.
about
I
it.
know it doesn't really complicate it, but doing 6S to me does complicate things. Dealing with the extra batteries, like it's small, but it's kind of enough that it's just like if I just want to go out and run something, it's like, it's kind of a hassle. I don't really have time to deal with.
The biggest thing I've
6S
noticed
truck.
on that is I don't have many 6X trucks except for my UDR. But what I've noticed is that, whoa, you still there?
Yeah.
You there?
Like, yeah. Did I mute? I'm still
Hello?
here. Hello. Did everybody else hear me? Did he just lose me? Is it worse than that? What happened? Where did I go? David Ferris can hear both of us. I think your batteries died, bro. Still don't hear me? Did you mute your computer, Pablo? Well, he can't hear me. I might as well be like, Pablo is not any good at RC cars. Have you seen his builds before? I mean, talk about homemade. That's what I mean.
There?
Yeah, I'm here. Total homemade builds. They don't get any more homemader than that.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I hear you now. Don't do that. That was weird. I'm sitting here and then all of a sudden I got like, couldn't hear anything. Totally bananas. Anyways, what I've noticed about having something 6S is who produces this show, Kalen says, is that I feel like I always have to have the matched battery. And how often is that? You know what I mean? Like a matched 3S that works
Yeah.
for 6S.
Uh-oh. So I haven't looked. Has anybody else built this chassis? Do we just ditch the speed, the 2-speed? Do we have to lock it out?
Ooh. Don't
I have a
know.
feeling we do. Because I don't know where it'll mount if we don't take this piece over.
Spicy Servo. What's this about? What did I miss?
Yeah, I don't see the speed thing in here. So I got to find out how to lock that out, I guess. Cool.
So I don't have the show sheet in front of me because my wife has took over my phone to talk to the internet or to the cell phone people because that was another debacle that was going on.
Yeah.
So
Fun
I don't know
stuff.
I don't know what's next on the show sheet. So we keep this thing going so it's not terribly painful for people for us like trying to figure out what we're doing here.
Right.
Well,
I'm trying to figure out this build here.
Hold on. I think I can pull it up on my iPad. Hold on. Let's see. What are we supposed to be talking about, Tony? Oh, can't show that on the iPad. Sorry, guys. That's my last text to Tony. Cannot show that.
Yeah, don't show that.
I
need to look. You were going to talk about the bees.
Oh, yeah. So I got bees. That sucks. And I'm trying to get rid of them humanely. So one of the things I read was vinegar and water.
Okay.
Spray that around their nest. Another thing I read was what was the other thing? Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Just sprinkle some cinnamon around, I guess. Apparently that's what does it. That gets rid of the that tells them they're not welcome here no more. So I don't
Interesting.
know. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that, but we'll
You
find
should
that
believe
out.
everything you read on the internet.
Yeah.
See where that takes you in life.
So they're honeybees. They're little bumblebees.
Yeah.
And
Oh, is that all they are?
when-
They
yeah,
won't
so they're
sting you.
not. Well, I know, but they're like right in the middle of my new crawling area, so I can't really like. My son won't have it.
They won't sting you.
Nope. I don't think so.
They're in the middle of my crawling or my bash course. In fact, I've been driving my tractor among them. They're all over the area where I'm working right now. They won't
Yeah.
sting you. I'm driving over them, walking amongst them. They don't even know you're there.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah. So, okay, so that's funny. My iPad's
we can't
dying.
even get them removed. People are like, "Oh no, why would you want to remove those? Those things are great."
I know. It's like great for what?
Dad,
Yeah. Hold on a second.
it went.
Nice. Good job.
I already called Grandma.
All right. The watch works. Did you go out across the street and try?
No, I'll get the mail.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. The watch works.
Ooh.
So,
I can use some bushings to lock out first gear in the FMS Smasher transmission. All right. Oh, did you see that jet boat?
yeah.
The RC one?
So Trevor from Thunderdome RC sent that to me. He's like, "Hey, you're a fabricator. Why don't you do this?"
Fabricate.
Yeah, fabricate. So
Bees are our friends.
I agree until they're not, and they're kind of a pain in the butt. The thing that I was worried about that I don't know what is that we had a wasp or hornet's nest in the same vicinity, and we had to get it dug out.
Yeah.
We had a big tree there at one point, and the tree fell in a storm. And when we had the tree removed, I was going to remove the tree. All of a sudden, I was like, "Wait a minute, this sucks!" And there was like a large buzz hum,
Buzz.
and yeah, and then I was like, "Wait a minute," and the nest, they dug down 3 feet, and the nest was that big. It was this huge nest underground. It was
Ground
brutal.
bees usually are not friendly bees.
Well, that's the thing is that this bumblebee nest or hive is in the ground. That's why I pissed them off because there was a little hole, and I thought it was like a mouse hole, right?
Yeah.
So I kicked dirt over it, and I had a rock nearby, so I stuffed a rock in the hole, and then all of a sudden it was like they're coming out of nowhere, like all of them, you know what I mean? And I was like, "This isn't
Yeah.
cool." So
All right. So there's rubber tubing in here, Matt Harris. You're right. Where does that go? I have to put it inside.
time to move, El Rey says. I don't think it's that extreme. I have no problem with them. My kids aren't very big fans of them.
Or does it go on the outside to hold it in place?
So this kind of answers our question about what's next. That's what I put on the show sheet on Instagram. What's next for us? So we probably should start talking about Project Got Your Six. So I started designing the back half cage,
Yes.
and I realized I have a month to try to get that done. That's not much time, Tony.
Is my truck going to be ready by then too?
That's the plan.
Yikes.
That's the plan. Yeah. Yikes is right.
Are you still
So
planning to come?
I don't know. I'm kind of now a little flighty on that. We're trying to plan a cruise. So I'm like, Cruise Axial Fest. Cruise Axial Fest. And I've got, I know, right? Well, in normal circumstances, yes, but I don't even have Axial to bring to Axial Fest. And I know you said I could borrow one and all that, but that's not the
same. Well, you should drive the one you're building.
The SMT10.
Yeah.
No. This one? The SMT10? Is that what?
No. No, the one you're building me, you should drive.
Oh no. I'm not driving that. You'll be lucky if I
Is
even.
it going to be that bad that you're not willing to drive it?
100%.
It's going to be that
No,
terrible?
you'll be lucky if I even get a video of it before it goes. Because I don't want to put the first scratches on that. I'm a terrible driver, Tony.
We were saying that when you were off screen.
I drive things hard. None of this light trigger thing. It's just all go.
Okay.
The skinny pedal all the time. That's me.
Yeah, buy one of those early Broncos. They're on sale, they're saying. So I took this part off apparently, but I don't remember taking this off. So that's cool. I don't even know what it is. I guess I'll figure it out sometime.
Yep. That's how it goes.
Got the new motor in though, so that's good.
What motor?
Drive it hard, put it away wet. XJ Sport 95. Alex knows exactly how I do.
Yep.
Deal with the rust later.
That's like 100% me. It's like, forget about it. Like, clean it up. Why? Why would I clean it? It's just going to get messy again. Come on. That's silly.
Yeah, man, I think it does go on the outside. Just kind of locks it in place that way simply. Pretty ingenious.
Genius. All right.
I just have it kind of sticking off like so.
This ESC is now installed. I got to put the cover on. I'm excited for this setup. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing fast, but it'll be fun to race my son in the backyard with an evenly matched truck until I change the pinion on mine and not on his. And I'll be like, it's the same motor. Drive faster. Why can't you beat me?
I think I forgot where that piece goes.
So I'm going to try to finish your truck and that truck in a couple weeks because I need to test the SCX6. I'm not worried about the back half. I've got a design for that. So I'm not really worried about that. I got to buy some 1/4 inch tubing. I don't really want to go solid, but I might. Actually, you know what? I might go solid. I don't know. The only reason I think I might go solid because on a pre-runner, especially with that twin beam, you want all the weight back.
Yeah.
So twin beam flops around. But I also have to design a wrap for it.
You always go all out. Always all out.
Tony, I live my life a 1/4 mile at a time. Got to go all out. What's up, homies? You see that picture I did for Cinco de Mayo? Me and my wife?
No, I haven't been on the internets. My mom got married Cinco de Mayo, remarried.
Yeah.
Yep. So things have been busy. It's been crappy busy.
This Cinco de Mayo or just a Cinco de Mayo?
No, this one. She
Oh,
got
wow.
remarried. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
Very cool. So I need some Velcro. I cannot find my Velcro. I really don't like being tethered on two lines.
2 lines.
Yeah, I'm tethered here like two different ways. See this?
Oh, yeah. Your headphones. One for a mic and one for.
Yeah.
How does it? Is it because your battery?
Oh,
ran
actually,
out?
I don't know. Well, it shouldn't need a battery, right? If I'm plugged in analog.
Right.
Let me just unplug this and see what happens. I can still hear you now.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe that's all it was. All right. You know, the other thing that I'm a little apprehensive about is that I have to buy I should buy like at least three servos. I'm in a servo deficit right now.
Yikes.
Yeah. And I'm like, ugh.
That new Raw 800 looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I have the ability to get a 500. I sent one in, and so I have an ability to get another one, but I am kind of like, well, I got to do it. Just got to pull the trigger and do it. Just got to pull the trigger and do it. But I don't really have a idea for what truck I would put or whether I'd put that in, because that's like going into the King Sling. Oh,
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Speaking, but I already have one in my LMT, and I have a spare servo for the King Sling. So I'm kind of like, and I haven't, dude, I'm surprised. That thing has been pushed hard. Like, I know I'm jinxing myself now, but that thing has been pushed hard, and I have not busted a servo on that. It's still the stock servo from when we first opened them up.
Yeah. Tanker T68 says the sale is tempting. It is. Nick B says I base my life how many tanks of fuel that I run.
Mm-hmm. So what I was going to say is that
you got a question from him too.
Yeah, I saw that. I'll get that in a second. Reefs, did you see his new servo saver?
Yes, looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, it does. So I'd like to try one of those. Excited about that. Nick, I did not make it to Die Hard. I was super busy all end of the week last week and all weekend. My kids' school had a auction, and my wife and I are hyper involved in my kids' school. So I had to present a keynote for a huge build project that we're doing. And it was a lot. It was a lot. All right. One down, Tony. One down. This one's ready to go.
Nice. One fix.
One fix.
For your race.
Ready to race.
Ready
Here's
for
another
race
one.
day.
Here's Dalton's Pride and Joy. Look at this one. Old school. His
Yeah, it
Pride
is.
and Joy. He loves this one. So this one I've got oh man, this one's so clapped out. The C hubs are like flopping around. Awesome. Awesome.
Not exactly how this is all going to work. So you didn't make it, you said?
No, I wanted to. I missed the races on Sunday, which was the monster truck races.
Yep.
I texted him at night, like super late at night. I was like, bro, I can't even move right now. like I got home at like 11 o'clock and I was just like, I'm so done. I am so done. And there's no way I was going to wake up at, dark 30 to drive 2 hours to go run monster trucks after a night like that, or after days like that. I mean, you know what I was doing. I was doing all the, so my kid's school is getting an expansion, and I've been working on this expansion for 8 months, helping design it and do all that kind of stuff. And so I had to present it, and it's a $10 million project, Tony. So
That's a bit of change.
Yeah, so I had to make it presentable to the people, and then I had to tell them about it. So
That's not a small number.
So Max Paul, what are we working on there? Tony's got a smasher going, chassis swap.
And I haven't looked at any directions yet. So that's been going great for me.
And I am working on my son's SMT10, swapping out the ESC. Actually, I've got to bring his crawler up here, which is going to be a nightmare, Tony.
Yeah.
Because I just installed the light kit, and it is an absolute rat's nest underneath there. It's so bad. So now I got to cut through all that. What's up, JB Scale Graphics? Long time no see, brother.
So I need a bunch more nuts, apparently.
Uh-oh.
I have 4, and I have these 4 screws, but the shocks need nuts on them. All the 4-link need nuts on them. And I
don't need that.
Don't know where. I guess I should have looked. Maybe I need to supply them?
Speaking of nuts, Pablo needs to shoot Tony in the baby maker.
Because the shocks and everything, this isn't threaded. None of the chassis is threaded. And so everything that's going in is going to need to be backed with a nut. However, I am only seeing in my bag at 8 nuts to start with. And I used 4 of them to install this top plate.
Why, Tony, did I solder? Why did I get on this kick where I'm like, hey, you know what's a great idea? Let's solder the leads to every motor I got instead of having bullet connectors on them. Whose idea was that? It's a terrible idea.
I don't know. How do I feel about a Mini Pro C for the FMS? Man, I think anything that would make the suspension work better would be awesome. So I can see these. I'm a big fan of the Pro C. That's all I got to say about that.
This is funny. When I built this truck for my son, I was like, you know what? This truck's not going to change for a while. Let's actually just use sticky tape, not the high bond Velcro. Let's do it all nice and clean. Yeah. How's that going?
Not great.
I know.
All right, I need to look around here and see if maybe I lost a bag of screws, because the problem with opening things ahead of time for people to show it is that I thought I put everything back in the bag, and what I opened out of the one bag that was inside of here, with this top chassis plate had 4 short bolts and 4 longer ones and 8 nuts. So are there other nuts for the rest of the stuff, or I'm supposed to supply all of that for this build?
The other thing you could try, Max Paul, is the Charisma shocks. I know they have a different hole diameter from the SCX6 or SCX24, but I don't know what the Max Smasher is.
What's up, JB and Scaling Graphics? Somebody asked me earlier if I had the ZRD still. I do. The Freestyle RC ZRD. I lost it in all the stuff as I was working.
These nuts. Got him. Charisma. Ah, come on.
So yes, to whoever it was, I still have my ZRD.
Does anyone know
what size?
instantly with the 1080 G2? I know you're supposed to get the new program card, but does anyone know if using the old program card, if it just like if you can trick it? Because that's what I'm hoping. Hoping you can just trick it.
I think I have a mini screw kit for the win right here.
Nice.
They're working with Freestyle to hopefully have it out by midsummer. Nice.
That's cool.
So those of you that didn't hear, Freestyle RC is back up and running. And should be making awesome toys for us again very soon.
I want to try if they come back with their saver.
Servo savers, I'm going to buy in bulk.
Because I got to try one.
Well, I think I probably have one I can let you try.
Come on.
Because I've bought them in bulk many times. Every time I'd see them come up for sale, I'd buy 2.
Yeah.
Which was not cheap, but they all are in use.
Nice. Nice. He says savers
or have been given away. Saver would be nice. It is so good.
I need to
The
buy.
nice thing is it's usable by so many people. Like whether or not you have a Freestyle truck, they're just fantastic. In fact, it's a plug and play on an LMT right on their axle. Don't have to do anything. It just straight works. Figured that out before anybody even knew the LMT existed. It's the first thing I tried.
Nice. What was I going to ask?
Probably nothing important.
Probably not. Probably not. I need to buy. I need to buy a servo from you. Oh, there's my Velcro and a mount from you. Don't let me forget. I forgot last time.
I found those shirts, by the way.
What shirts?
A little late, but the ones from Alex.
Oh,
Just found them. I told you they'd turn up.
that's funny. So does that mean Freestyle's going to make a kit? Are they coming back out with a kit that works with the SMT10? Or is that all discontinued?
Well, their stuff didn't work with the SMT10 anyway.
Well,
It was
you could
their
use the
axles and
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot
No,
about
they have
that.
their own axles, man.
Yep, I forgot about
you-
that.
Yeah. But
Not bad.
there's been some stuff in development with them. So yeah. I'm gonna get mine all up and running here. I gotta start getting ready for Horizon RC Fest and other things. With the recent happenings in the backyard, doesn't look like I'm gonna make it down to Carolina though.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Unfortunately. Super bummed about that.
That sucks.
Can only do so much. Money does not grow on the trees around here.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be super nice. Things have been a little tight. Recently, so
I know. I had to go on a freeze for a minute. I was like, all right, time to freeze.
yeah.
I do that every now and then, though.
Well, I went a little crazy is the reason it's tight is that crawler came out at that great price and
I remember seeing you go crazy. I was like, wow.
yeah. I mean
Tony's
a lot
excited.
of it's cheap, but that thing has me pumped. I like Broncos.
I love lamps.
I love lamp. Stuff is kind of hard to get in here and work on. So I was talking with somebody, funny enough.
Uh-huh.
I may or may not have done something, but
Uh-oh.
we were talking about a TRX 4M, and they're just not as much fun to work on, man. I know people talk about the size, smaller sizes and all that, but just doing upgrades on those things is a pain in the butt, especially the axles.
Yeah, I need to. That's the servo mount that I need to get from you
Well,
because I blew mine up. Hopefully, you still have some.
yeah. Yes, servo mounts I have quite a few.
Okay.
And not arms, but mounts.
What servo would you recommend for that purpose that I
You're
have
doing
mine
monster
in?
trucks?
Yep.
Well, if you do the Mighty Chihuahua, I would eventually replace the gears on it
Uh-huh.
with the why am I having trouble talking here? The Reefs, the new one that they have that has they've got like HD
100.
gears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I do the HD gears on that. Yep.
I might. I don't know. My goal, what I'd really like to do, is to maybe I'll just put a stalker in there, and
Yep.
then flip it and get a Ram part from you, or get another 24 and convert it into a monster truck.
Nice.
Because I am with you with wanting to make it easy.
Yeah, they're just a bit of a pain. Now the axles, however, I think are going to be pretty durable internally. But like working on the axles, diff covers, all that from the back side is just a pain in the butt.
Well, and for me, what it is that there's nothing. I don't have anything like it in my fleet, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's nice to kind of make it all one, like fleet brand kind of thing. It just makes life way easier to do that.
I was talking with this person. They'd just gotten a bunch of all the upgrades that I had. And he's like, yeah, I was working on it the other night. He's like, that took forever. And I remember when I did it, it took forever. It's not the quick fixes like so much of the SCX24 stuff is for me. It's just quick and just get in there and get it done. And it was like, holy cow, just to redo one axle took an hour plus.
Yeah.
Which I can do these SMT10 axles so fast now.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
But yeah, it's a bummer that you have to take so much down to get to them from the backside like that, or have the right tools
Yeah.
to kind of access it. It's got other things going for it, but
I'm excited. I'm still excited for that MT12. I think that's going to be a fun truck. I think people are going to enjoy it. I think people are going to enjoy it if they use it for what it is, like, and not like get thinking that it's like an LMT. You know, it's like,
yeah,
it's not a mini LMT. It's a mini monster truck, but it's not even like,
yeah,
it's one step up from toy grade, in my opinion. And that's not slanderous. I just mean it's like, it's just not, you know, it's not meant to be what people might interpret it to be.
right. But the price it shouldn't be. I mean, even the
Right.
SMT10 at $300, whatever it was when it came out, was slow, and it needed a lot of work before people were racing them and happy with it.
Oh, you're a good
Because they were
person for
basically
this.
crawlers, right? They were the same
Yep.
thing. It was a crawler.
Yep. So here, you're a good person for this argument. I got into this debate today with KLN. He seems to think that the ground pounder, pound for pound, is a better monster truck than the SMT10 out of the box.
Out of the box, it's faster straight out of the box. It's more fun.
What?
4-steer, and yeah,
Wrong.
I would agree.
I can't believe you just said that.
I had a ground pounder and I loved it.
Until it sucked.
I built up my SMT10 to be my race truck, whatever, and it just wasn't. I always won with the ground pounder. I don't know
That's
why.
funny.
Just drove really good.
I never really had good success with ours. I tried. What did it say? Should I get the SCX10 or the Red Cat Gen 8 V2?
All of that TRX stuff came to mind just because I'm working on this FMS and it is not easy to work on.
Yeah.
Not with this chassis, at least. Everything is kind of hard to reach, and dang nabbit. Dang it.
JB
Drive
says he's not on
shaft.
the same. He said he's not on the same page with the ground pounder either. I think it's a good truck, but I don't find it comparable in a good way to the SMT10. The SMT10 it's just better all around.
You could do more with it. It's a better truck. But right out of the box, I had more fun for steering and whatever, going faster.
Even with that super awesome 1972 radio.
Still was more fun, yeah, out of the box straight away. Now, when I started upgrading the SMT10, it was way more capable and stronger. Once
The
you put
SMT10.
yeah, axle tubes in and stuff like that, HD diff gears. That was one thing I never blew out, was the diffs in the Red Cat.
Yeah, I never blew out a diff on the Red Cat. I broke the axles.
I did,
Plenty
because I
of
bought the
times.
freestyle, axle braces. Like a
Well,
smart
see,
brace.
there you go. Out of the box. I'm talking
I'm
out
saying
of the
for
box.
fun, straight fun. Yeah, I broke more SMT10s easier out of the box than I did the Red Cat. Only thing I did was strip the spur gear on the Red Cat out of the box.
All the time. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always blew up that spur gear.
And then I got a metal one of the few. Everyone asked me where I got it, and I had no clue now.
CPE.
But once I
had
put
'em.
one on there,
Yeah.
who?
CPE used to have them,
Okay.
but I don't think
Yeah,
they
that's
do
where-
anymore.
I think that's where I got it. They had conversions too for the
Yeah, so you could, for the 3 gear.
Yep.
The MT12 is a CR12 Thunder Tiger Kaiser with big tires, but it needs more power. I just finished up a brushless setup. So you got a brushless to fit in there? What did? Okay, so I pulled mine out and I had a different motor, and the motor did not have a long enough pinion shaft. So
it was
how'd you
tractive,
find?
but they didn't have a long enough shaft.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
And the other ones I looked at, even the Dinamite ones, didn't have.
But they compensate for it.
They compensate for it.
Sorry.
You're good. So what motor did you put in there? That's what I want to know.
This is the Black
Ooh.
Market RC chassis for the FMS, and it's going together pretty well now. Getting some of these inner nuts in there is a little tricky. That's not his fault. It's just the way it's all set up. But yeah,
David Ferris. I like it.
yeah, I read it.
I like it.
There's a lot of things about how I don't like screws when the pivot ball is part of the screw. It's so limiting. But it has a lot of that going for it on this truck, unfortunately. Yes, Max Paul 11. You should look at Black Market RC, his website. He's got a ton of cool stuff. This is the first aftermarket chassis I have bought for my FMS. And I'm stoked about it. I said this was going to be my next build project, and it is. I'm keeping to my word. I'm having to do it on here because life has been something crazy past 2 weeks, but one way or another, things are getting done. The cool thing is the stock body will still clip in. He's got clips. The clip are cut into this chassis, so you can still run their stock body, which I think is cool.
I didn't get an answer. I don't remember who said it that was doing the brushless conversion. I did not get an answer. Ooh, look at that.
That's going to look really wicked, you guys. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it looks really good.
For real. That's so good.
It's real nice. Picked it up at Target.
Pretty sure it can do some cool tricks. It should be able to now.
Yeah. Okay. Everything else soldered nicely, but whenever I solder these Dean's plugs, nothing but trouble. Every time.
So I have this M2 DY whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
DY whiskey kit from Amazon,
Yep, money in the bank.
and that's where I got these extra nuts for this. So it's a cheap way if you want to get spare parts and
That's the way
screws and stuff that work with it.
I buy
didn't-
those all the time.
I didn't see any kits or whatever. Normally I'd buy a screw kit from the hobby shops or whatever, but there really wasn't anything that jumped out as to work for this. So I went with this.
Yeah, I get my
Amazon
my
is not
screw
my
kits.
go-to for RC stuff, I'll be honest.
Come on, Tony. I've seen you with your Amazon RC cars.
Although I have been making that a thing, haven't I? Because I have a boat sitting next to me that's a
I'm on a boat.
Amazon. But that's more just kind of a junk, cheap. How well does the cheapest thing do kind of a thing? More of a fun series than
Oh,
anything.
wow. Screws Loose says he made a custom extension and motor spacers. Used a 2445 motor, though I have a laser cutter and a small CNC. Might make the kit.
Oh, I
definitely
wonder
of
if you could
interest.
make a.
That's what he's saying. So, okay. So you
have that
can.
tools. You have tools, Pablo. Just not the
Yeah,
ingenuity
but-
of Screws Loose, apparently.
I'm lazy.
He's put you to task
right.
here.
It's all right. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I also came to the realization that I'll probably end up getting 2 of these.
And run them stock for racing.
Yeah. Yep.
Stock class them. That's what I would do.
Yep. Because
I saw people doing backflips with them stock too, so it can do it. I told you, if you got the right pop, I think it had the speed.
yeah, I think so too. I think if I put it in my backyard, it would do
Yep.
it no problem. It's just I was in the sand and all that
And
kind
your
of stuff.
backflip was a little too big, I think. The hill to it.
Yeah.
What do I know?
I don't know, really. I don't.
So I got a guitar recently. I didn't. Oh, I did. I'm an
Put it
idiot.
backwards.
Speaking of doing things twice,
Told you.
guess what I did? Somebody guess what I did.
Didn't put the motor in. You swapped the axles.
Nope. I put it in upside down. See the upper link?
Oh, you're an idiot.
Such an idiot move.
What a rookie.
Don't worry, guys. I'm professional at work here. Nothing to see. Happens to the best of us. I'm talking about other people. I'm not the best of us. So I'm the clown that they let come around.
Man, my soldering game's on point today, Tony.
He's
saying.
the best of us.
Just saying. And fuego.
And fuego. Flip my axle. Total idiot move. Can't believe I did that.
This is not how to do it.
That's why I'm not showing it on screen. I don't want people to copy what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I only want people to do that if I've taken the time to make a video and I can take it apart and redo it without people knowing that I took it apart and redid it. So they only see doing the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Not how many times I do it the wrong way. Because there is a number, and it is usually very high. All right, cool. I've lost one of those spacers. That makes me super happy.
Uh-oh.
Got these dumb link spacers. Why did they do that? Just one more thing for me to lose. Luckily, my desk is so clean right now
I don't believe you.
that
I don't believe you.
it would be really easy to find if it rolled anywhere. The next build I need to do is my hard park crawler buggy.
Yeah, you do. I want to see that one.
If I need a fishing weight, just perchance.
I wanted to buy one of those kits, but I realized I'd have to get. Ouch, that's hot. I'd have to get another 24. And I was like, oh, there's that.
I probably got spare parts of whatever you need.
Well, I mean, I just need to get. I need to do the whole thing, axles, and it's because it's. I would just have to build a new one. I don't want to poach one of the ones I got.
Right.
And I've actually been thinking about it. You saw that so I haven't posted much of the 24th section that I had. And I moved it outside because I was like, hey, I'm going to be concreting all this stuff. I might as well move it outside and cover it in concrete and run my 24 proving grounds out there. And that was the picture I sent you of that mountain with the bridge and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to cover that with a skim coat of concrete for my outdoor 24 scale.
Nice.
And then it's going to transition into 10 scale going up to the fence.
Screws Loose says we've met. I talked him into buying the Mad Van brushless. Ooh, that's what I need to drive this week. I need to drive the Mad Van brushless.
Did you see the Riviera that
so
they came
pretty.
out with? Oh,
those body clips look so good on it. Like nothing wears body clips better than a Kyosho.
Ding! Did you hear that?
No, did you get mail?
Is that only in my ears? My
you must
sister-in-law.
have gotten mail.
Happy birthday to my sister-in-law. I called her old today. She's a few months older than I am.
I found it. Those things.
There it is. Wow,
Little
that's
top
tiny.
hats. Little top hat.
So
You called her old. I bet she really loved that. That's
she
what
is.
females like to hear on their birthday.
Well, she's old. Let's be honest. Like I said, she's a couple months older than I am, so I could call her old.
Yeah.
You know, it's the anniversary of Mount St. Helens sometime soon here. For
did
you
not.
geology nerds.
We are not out west. We don't think much about Mount St. Helens, I'll be honest.
Wow, you're so self-absorbed. So, my daughter, we're in the car the other day, and I don't know if your car does this. When your phone connects, sometimes it just plays random.
Yep,
music, and
whatever's
you're like,
on.
"Ooh." Well, and sometimes it's not even like whatever's on; it's just like random, and I'm like, "Ooh, you shouldn't listen to that," kind of a thing, kind of random. So, what is this? There's 3 different plugs on the. Do I have to read the directions?
Don't let it force you to read directions. You can rise above.
I don't have that many plugs.
What is it for? All right, is he a Marine? Who we talking about being a Marine?
I think you, because you had to do it over
Oh.
again. Oh, come on. Don't you forget me. So daughter's in the car. And music comes on. Instantly hit fast forward button. I think it was an E40 song. I was like, you don't want to hear that one on the way to school. And then the next song was the presidents of the United States of America
I love them.
the kitty song.
Yeah.
And my son and daughter are in the car, and I was like, "Oh, you guys are gonna love this one." Sure enough, I go, and you're welcome. It's gonna be stuck in your head the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And
I like
for the last-
Little Dune Buggy.
Yep, that's the one I
Little
use on
Dune-
all my
oh,
little
yeah.
scale rail stuff.
Yeah. Ain't the sand.
Yep. So now they've had that stuck in their head. And then today I pick the kids up and I come home early from work. And next part is now done. This one is now done.
All right.
So now I got to put the ESC from that one into the other one. I digress.
Propaganda.
So then today, what did I put on?
David
Okay,
Ferris,
Lord.
you know what that is. You know what we're talking about.
Indoctrination. That's what Kaylin says. So then I put on, we started going down the rabbit hole, and I got her into some Green Day. Well, first off, I put on, what did I put on? I put on the Presidents, and then we just started going down the rabbit hole, and we put on MXPX for her, and we put on Nirvana, and we put on Soundgarden. That's why I use Soundgarden for our music today on Instagram. Use Soundgarden, and then we put on Digital Underground.
Dang.
I know we were going deep, dude, and then she did Digital Underground, and then what else did we do? Rob. We didn't do Coolio. We did DJ Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Takes Two. What else did we do? Man, we went. It was pretty hard. It was good, and yeah, she was like, I think she was like, okay. And I go, when I put on MXPX, I was like, this is the kind of music your mom was down for. And I go, and she had colored hair.
Hey man, they're local.
Yeah.
You can't knock it. Well, so is a lot of those groups.
Oh yeah, all of them are for us. And so I was like, I called out to my wife. I was like, what's a good song that she can listen to? And so they said, move to Bremerton. So we put that song on. I was like, yep, that's but we did the music videos of all these old ones. It was pretty funny.
Their latest Christmas song was Hold Your Tongue and Say Apple.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
That was a good one.
Pretty awesome. So now my kid's gonna go to school tomorrow. Total punk rocker. No one's gonna know what's going on. Like, it's cool. It's good.
My son loves that stuff with me.
Yeah. That's
Speaking
awesome.
of, where'd it be at? Oh man. Do I dare?
What are you doing?
I don't dare.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't dare.
I need bullet connectors, Tony. Normally I save them from smoked ESCs and I always run into them and I'm like, oh, these are so annoying to get everywhere.
Iron Maiden, that was classic. I almost went to see Iron Maiden in El Salvador.
Whoa, that
They were
would be
staying in
cool.
our hotel and all that, all the crew and everybody. And I didn't end up going. They said it wasn't safe for me to go.
I would have been like, you don't know me. You don't know me.
It gets pretty rowdy there.
Yeah.
In where was I? Yeah, so there's my new guitar. Speaking of Nirvana and all that,
Ooh,
I got myself a Mustang.
nice.
There, Kalen. There's my Stingray,
Oh yeah.
and
he
then
said
there's
you guys were
a
chatting the
Mustang
other day.
bass as well.
He's got a pretty thick musical background, I would say.
So that's our current lineup, but I have a Taylor acoustic as well. But yeah, they had a sale on the Mustang. I wasn't gonna get an electric, but it's like $160 for a Squire. It just needs to be set up with new strings, and it'll play out. It'll be all right. But they come so terrible out of the box, man. It's like they won't hold tune. The intonation's like so far off. Like you're in tune, but you try to play any like open chord, and it sounds just awful. So yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I need to get. I used to have the measuring tools and all that, and I don't have them anymore. It's been, man, from those days. I was sending pictures to KLN after the show last week from the rock and roll days.
That's awesome.
I can't actually find the pictures. I had to screenshot them from like old pictures.
He said next week start the show with you rocking out.
Old punk rock days. The one I said it was at this place. There's a club here we were playing, but I'd had like the front part of my hair bleached, just like the front little up and in the back. And it just made me look like I was bald because in the photos and everything, it's just this like really light patch of the hair. It's so crazy.
That's awesome.
Do I have an SCX24 rear axle laying around by chance? Like complete axle? Glamour shots by Deb. Napoleon.
That's awesome.
Look at this though. We're getting there. Gotta screw up one last shock.
Kaylin goes.
Electronics.
Kaylin goes. How do you guys still have hair? Just saying.
My mom actually said she came. I was playing at church. My son was getting baptized, so she came.
Oh, that's cool.
And she's like,
congratulations.
yeah, thanks. And she said, so I wasn't wearing a hat, which many people don't see me not wearing a hat because I wear a hat all the time, except at church. And my mom said, I had no idea you were going so bald. That was her one takeaway from the morning. I was like,
oh, wow.
You lost so much hair. I'm like, well, thanks, Mom. Good to see you too.
My grandma. Oh, my. It's funny when people have no filter like that when it comes around family. Because, like, my grandma, I remember I came back from college and she's like, I went to college in kind of like a rural town in the middle of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And I come back and she goes, what happened to you? Because before college, I worked in a shop and then I also worked in an office. So when I wasn't in the shop, I was like slacks, button up, tie, but I looked sharp. It wasn't like cheesy. It's like I went out and I would get the tailored suits. Like, so I was rocking tailored suits, like open suit with like a nice red shirt with like a green, like, you know, Celadon safari green suit in the summertime. I was pimping back then. And so I was like, okay, here we go. And my grandma, I came home and I was wearing like shop pants or overalls or something like that. She's like, what happened to you? You used to dress so nice. And now you're chubby and you're wearing this stuff. And I was like, thanks, Grandma. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So,
look at that. There you go.
What is the peak? Widow's Peak?
Yeah.
Thing going on?
I don't got that. I don't got that yet.
Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, not compared to my dad, whatever. She just hadn't realized it receded as far as it had because I always wear a hat. I just always wear a hat.
Did they used to tell you that when you were a kid, that if you wear a hat too much, you're going to lose your hair?
No, but it's probably because I don't ever brush my hair because I just put a hat on.
Mm-hmm.
If
They used
anything.
to tell me that, and I'm like, false. I don't believe you.
Riveting conversation tonight, boys.
Just saying.
What's up, Booster?
Just saying.
Rocking the Phil Collins.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You need to play the sunglasses. Not what's the what's the song? The Mike Tyson song. Do 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 do. Is that Sunglasses at Night song? What's that song called? No, not Sunglasses at Night. What is it called? In the Air Tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was a Phil Collins fan. I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, when he come on Q95.5 here in Detroit, I did not hate it.
Turn the dial and rip the knob off. You guys ever have stuff like this? Back in the day when I first started, I would
Genesis.
I'd buy ESCs like this, and they're like no name. I don't know if I got them off eBay or whatnot, but look at that Tamiya plug. But for some reason, they didn't work with anything. Like
It's not
I
no
don't
name.
know.
It looks like a Tamiya plug. You see, like the ones that come with their cars, that everybody ditches.
Yeah, but they never worked. But you know what? I had it in my drawer, and guess what I'm going to do?
You make it
I'm going to
work.
poach. I'm going to poach these little bullet connectors. Yes, I am.
Ah, you want to use the Tamiya connectors?
Yeah. Nope.
I know you. You've been stockpiling those because you know there's going to be a day when it's going to come back, and you're going to have them all of them.
Is that David Ferris said Hobby Wing 1060? No, this isn't the 1060. It looks like a
It
1060.
looks like a Tamiya one. The ones that would come with like the cars where you get the free ESC included.
Yeah, I don't know. It has potential. There you go.
And it usually also had the motor for some reason, and all you had to do was do the receiver.
Mm.
Oh, it's so
Sport
close. Oh, I like it.
That looks good. Looks real nice.
I like where he put the power switch on the servo, so you can just reach up underneath and turn it on and off. I might copy that, especially if I use his body, the stock body.
Speaking of bodies, maybe I'll get to that. What time
JB
is it?
Scale Graphics, I do have a rear axle. I looked when I went over there. I forgot to mention it.
I got to pull the body off my Kingsling.
Save it.
I've got
put it on the wall.
I got to save that. And I need to find a replacement body for it.
Oh, Booster FPV getting back into RCMT. I'm about to get back into it again here. There's talks of starting something on the west side of Michigan here. Some racing. I might be in talks with somebody about helping do that. So just need to get time to do it. Get some dates on the calendar.
Yeah, so I feel bad. I missed that race that I was trying to go to. I was trying to go to that race. I missed it. Luckily, it didn't seem like it was a huge turnout because it had rained the night before. And it was
Luckily for you,
outside.
not for them.
Right.
Right. Oh, baby.
Dude, that looks
That's
sick.
pretty nice looking. Just takes it up another level.
So all these videos I'm seeing of these smashers airing out, what are they doing? Is it I thought I heard something of a speed motor.
Yep, I just put it in. You didn't see it? Took like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like 13
That's what
bucks to get it. It's
So
a
that's
direct
what gets
swap.
them that much speed? Is that?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I wish they'd just come out with a straight axle, but they've got this built and the gearing works in the axles to help with the speed. So the next thing that I need to do. Oh, these are bead locks. I just pulled it off. Sweet. Cool me. The next thing that I need to do is test something.
Speed motor makes a huge difference.
Yeah. It's what's it. What in the heck size is this? There.
Uh-oh. Did you hear that?
No.
That must be my headphones. My headphones
dinging
just
again?
gave me. They just gave me that, like the iPhone when it gets really close to dying.
Oh, so you are on battery. So you probably have them turned on.
They're red.
So turn them off because you're using like noise canceling.
I guess. Yeah. How do I turn that off?
Yeah, so you don't need that when you're running just the headphone.
How do I turn it off?
I don't know. You still
Nope,
here?
Yeah, I can still hear, but I'm trying to turn off the noise canceling.
Well, you just turn off the headphones, and then it'll just be a normal headphone with plugged in.
That's pass through. I feel like that's normal headphone. I don't know. Push the button. I'm trying.
Ooh, they got the new FMS Hummer. That's cool. So what I wanted to do was try something here. All right, here's this. Can I get these to fit in here? Not going to be easy.
What are you trying to do?
I think I got it. Oh, I did get it. Oh.
Sounded like you were doing something with rubber there, Tony. Am I right?
Can't show it yet.
Come on. Don't be like that, Tony.
Oh, snap.
Suspense is killing me, Tony.
I just put in one of those prototype Deuces Wilds.
Oh, the foams?
Yeah.
Ooh. Build your face off in silence. Those look nice. Are those the stock FMS ones?
Stock
Or
tires.
yeah.
It bulges out the sides a little.
I like that look.
Huh. I wonder. Things that make you go, I need to punch the holes in them.
See you guys in your venting.
I gotta air gap it. Hopefully I can still get in here and do it.
No foams.
All right. It's a pain in the butt to put in there, but we got one in. I figure I got to do all of them.
Do you have any videos dropping soon, Tony?
Nope.
Really?
Guess probably one on this. Why?
I was wondering. I forgot I had 2 videos in the can that I gotta just make a thumbnail for, and I guess they're not on YouTube yet. I guess I gotta upload one tonight. But so tomorrow, if you guys are interested in my monster truck, my mini monster truck, there'll be a quick little video on it tomorrow.
Which
The
mini
Fear
monster
Tech-
truck is that?
The one not to be named, powered by the awesome FureTech Stinger setup.
Nice.
Not to
Which
the
I have
18
a bunch of those stingers for sale still.
dude, the 18th scale Sting. So it's in an 18th scale monster truck.
Yep.
Read between the lines, and it is awesome. With that motor in there is rad. Like it cooks. It's good.
Box, MT, Claude, ground,
Oh, he missed the earlier conversation.
SMT10. Out of the box, well, the Clod Buster is super fun out of the box, except that it's just a bunch of parts.
Super One-Handed says Pablo makes YouTube videos. Huh? Exactly. No one watches them, but I still make them. I only got watches on my MT12 video, thanks to Tony. He was putting that one out there for me.
Good video though.
I beg to differ. I don't think it was that good of a video. I totally screwed the pooch on keeping
Well, I was
things
going to let it out all your background drama.
It was pretty bad. But, you know, it's all right. It happens to the best of us sometimes.
Tilt up.
I know. Happens to the best of us. Question. Hey, Tony, did you race these axles on your old son of a digger? What axles? And did you have a son of a digger? Or is he talking about your LMT?
I don't know. What about using them in the J Concepts tires? Yeah, I think they'd be great in there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try both.
So Kale
would definitely be better.
KLN is struggling right now. He's been on the struggle bus. Out here we have it. It's called the Orca card. He's been maxing out his Orca card on the struggle bus lately. He is on the fence of getting a Claude.
Yep.
But he doesn't want to keep the Claude stock-ish.
Nope. Never.
He wants to.
Don't do a race one.
He wants to totally go mod style with
Nope.
it. That's what I said. I said, don't do it. You gotta love the Claude first. And I'm not going that way.
Might be a little stiff for this. Yeah.
Kalen's laughing. Maxing out that Orca card.
I-
He knows what I'm talking about.
I don't like them that way, but that's just me.
JB saying, "Don't get a Claude." Ha 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 ha. What you talking
I
about?
love
Lewis?
stock clods.
They're so much fun.
Yeah, stock-ish clods.
Yeah.
I like them when they've got upgraded chassis. Definitely want to do steering mod.
Yep. That's what I told him. I said, just change the steering.
Yep. And then you're good to go.
Kalen, can I tell him what you're trying to do?
I would do the J Concept Silent Speed motors. What's he trying to do?
I'm asking if he wants me to let it out of the bag.
Anyway, if you're doing a race truck, I mean, guys win with them.
Yeah.
I don't love especially nowadays, I don't love with as scale as things have come. I don't love the motor on axle for like Pro Mod and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like shaft.
I'm talking about who you want to race with your Claude, Kalen, or what you want to race with your Claude. He's
Retro,
saying no. I know, that's what I'm saying.
If you're gonna do
That's what I'm
retro, Claude all day.
All day,
Although
every day.
the Freestyle RC retro shafty is pretty sweet. So if you want to go all out custom, do an SMT10 retro shafty leaf sprung
There we go.
Freestyle RC. I heard myself say what out loud? I probably said something terrible.
What?
John Arnold says, "You heard yourself say that out loud, right?"
Blasphemous. Man, this truck has seen better days. This truck has not only been a monster truck, it's been a U4 2.2 solid race truck too. And it is like hammered.
But yeah, MOA is not my favorite for monster trucks. I do like it for retro, but again, it's still not. I like the shaft. I like the shafty. So yeah.
I'm excited for this setup. I can't wait to video these guys racing. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, Tony. Two identically set up SMT10s
What
racing in the backyard.
could be more retro than that? 2023. Now, is that for you guys to just race, or is this for coming up for the comp?
No, this is just for us to race. We realized that there's no class to race this in.
Oh, there isn't?
I thought they were going to do an SMT10 class, but I don't think they're going to.
And it can't be in sport mod? Pro mod?
Theirs is just beginning, which is nice because it's kind of an open thing. You can run whatever you want.
They won't let the SMT10 race the LMT?
No, they will. But we're already racing LMTs.
Oh.
So we can't double down because we're in the same bracket.
Oh, and you can't enter more than one in the bracket?
Well,
They're going to learn to change that rule.
Well, no, we can't because we're so good. We're going to end up having to raise ourselves in the finals.
Yeah.
What
It
happens then?
happens, dude.
Does it?
Yeah.
Then what? What do they do in that case?
You just
Fast
race
loser?
yourself. Fastest one. It moves on.
What?
It stinks. But
Okay.
no, you just race yourself, take first, second.
That
And at that point, you just
would-
do
that
it by
would be-
time.
that'd be so sucky. Be like,
It's
hey,
a letdown if you have any fans for sure, like watching. But let's be honest, there's not many people showing up to watch monster truck racing RCs. They're gonna be let
maybe
down
not
that
you
you race
guys,
yourself.
but they come out to watch us, Tony.
Yeah.
We got these groupie girls that come out and follow me in Dalton. It's pretty awesome. Signing autographs. It's good.
We do it all the time with the I mean, everybody races multiples in the class, it seems like.
Really?
Gives you more seat time, makes the bracket bigger.
Yeah.
Gives you basically so you're not one and done.
Well,
You have
okay,
another
so
truck.
ours is best of 3. So they run head to
really?
head. Yeah, they run head to head 3 times in a row. At least that's what they did last time. Head to head 3 times in a row. And then whoever best of 3 moves on in the bracket.
Huh.
And so we get a lot of wheel time, which is awesome. And there's not a lot of people there. So,
Yeah. That's an interesting way. I've never seen it done that way.
you know what I could do? Well, I guess that wouldn't work. I was going to say, since me and the kid are on the same team, I can just be like, hey, kid, come over here. You're racing this truck. I'm racing this truck. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think from a
But it's-
financial standpoint, making people pay in for multiple trucks helps as well.
Well, that's the thing. This one's free too. Racing's free at this one.
Huh.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's a starting program, so I'm just going to have fun. Like, I'm not going to be hyper competitive or anything like that. I'm just going to literally just have a fun time. That's all I want.
Right. Wheelman FPV, my Bronco is right behind me in the box. In the box. 2 boxes. The brown box and then the Bronco box. I have
We're
not
racing these.
had a chance to open it yet.
We are racing these tomorrow, Tony.
Nice.
Dude, we're supposed to have some awesome weather this weekend.
Yeah, you sent me the
That's about-
screenshot of it.
Too bad it's Mother's Day weekend.
We are going to have rain coming up this week.
Ew. What does it say?
Cloudbuster starter. The one thing about the Cloudbuster is they're so durable. As far as the axle gears and all that.
Yeah.
The axles themselves
Well-
break, like the housings, but
Well, are they that durable when you put a lot more power to them, or is it just that durable when it's
yeah, that's what I'm shocked by. People running the brushless systems in them that they do
Mm-hmm.
and that they don't.
Should I clean my son's truck or should I let him do it? I'm going to let him do it. This thing's
Yeah, let him.
filthy. Look at this.
All right, so here's the difference. Squish. This has a little bit of squish to it. There's definitely an air gap, right?
Mhm.
But then it's firm-ish versus I think for racing, firm is going to be good for cornering and things because these are going to want to fold and push.
Yeah.
The stock ones that are, they're going to want to roll a bit.
Oh, I see. Well, what's going on, Weasel Motorsports? Haven't seen you in a while. I owed you some artwork. I started getting into that artwork, and it was terrible. I was able to separate out the truck, but all the logos were not happening. I just never got back to you. We were talking about how crazy it's been over the last couple of weeks for me earlier.
Arnold, he raced the bad trucks, evil trucks.
Evil trucks.
Yeah. He was a quad guy,
Nice.
quad racer.
Well, I'm done. I swapped out. How many did I swap out? 3 ESCs just now? 4 ESCs?
Wow. Right now you just did?
Yeah. Soldered them and
Dang.
everything.
Here I am still working on putting foams in tires.
Yeah, it's okay. Nice. Well, I should probably wrap this up because it is bedtime for the kids.
I just saw it's 11:30.
Yeah, that's
2
crazy.
hours of wrenching. And
So
I'll tell you, this little screwdriver right here is making my hand cramp.
So, for those that are interested, Saturday morning will be another installment of Taco
Ooh.
Chop Live. So, I'll be there early Saturday morning. I might go a little early. I might start early and then go live for a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be at a Mother's Day thing, and I think I saw 10 o'clock. Maybe it was just the 10th. I don't know. No, the 10th is tomorrow. But I'm going to go early, get some welding done. I'm going to try to finish the cage of your truck by early next week.
That sounds like a lot of work.
JB says, come do my truck next. Yeah, you want me to do all that work? Yeah. I'll tell him the blue Donald Jenkins one.
Yeah, that son of a digger. But I just ran stock axles under that.
Nice.
With beef tubes in them.
Nice.
I sold that recently.
Wah, wah.
Did he buy it? Was it RC Jeep guy that bought it? I missed the conversation.
No, he just asked what axles you ran underneath it.
I think at one point they were just metal cased. I don't think they were anything special. Just aluminum ones. Hot racing.
I think I might get some metal ones for our SMT 10s. We'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. So,
Yep.
And they're disappearing as that truck is an axle.
You keep on saying that, but I was looking today and they're everywhere.
Are they still the axle parts?
Yeah, if you go on the eBay, everywhere. It's like Tony's such a liar. Yep. And then I was like, eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to sight it up. And
yeah, I ran factory axles on most of my own SMTs. I didn't bother changing them. I just put inserts in, and that's all they needed. I didn't play the metal game of everything, trying to shave some weight where I could. And I feel like everybody goes crazy with the metal.
Yeah, you don't need that much on the SMT10. I don't think you need that much on SMT10.
I just want to fix it, and I've got a bajillion of the stock parts everywhere.
I have beef tubes in one of them on the rear axle.
Yep. That was mainly for freestyle. I put those in because you land wrong and you will break them with the big tires on.
Well, that's the other thing I like about those munitions.
Oh yeah, RCG guy bought it. Yeah, so it's just a stock axle. It might have tubes in it. Should have tubes in it.
Did you do
Man,
the
that chassis was
upgraded?
so beautifully. The Donald Jenkins chassis is so beautifully welded.
Did you put the HD diffs in it?
Don't know, because I'd taken it apart at one point to sell the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
the chassis, at the World Finals, and even like Ryan Anderson came by and looked at it, and a few people, and then I got like cold, like I don't want to sell this. What am I doing? And I pulled it, and then just started rebuilding it in the camper at night. But I was just grabbing parts, whatever parts I had around. So,
I'm on the fence now about my scale reels. I wanted to move those, and then I went out and did all the fun videos in the dunes, and it was like, oh, so much fun. And then I was like, I could still sell them. And then Die Hard's like, we're doing sand drags. Check this out on Facebook. And I was like,
cool.
It's like, do I sell it or do I wait until I build a new one?
Right.
Then sell it.
Yeah, RC Jeep guy got lucky because I posted it. I just got to sell some stuff. I just have too much stuff. I can't run it all.
That's the problem. That's where I'm starting to have a problem with it. And I'm starting to see that
people have the nice stuff. Like I'll keep the junk stuff, or whatever. I'm not worried about it, but
yeah,
certain things like that one somebody should have and be displaying, and I wasn't.
Right.
But it had like the sound system and everything in it to like sound like a monster truck.
That's cool.
Pretty sure it had a castle system in it. I think it had the Freestyle RC servo saver. Probably something I should have taken off. But yeah.
That's
I've got more stuff I'm getting ready to put up. I need to get rid of more stuff.
You know what you need to put up? You need to put up a shield so I can't shoot you in the baby maker.
Yeah, we need to go. We need to go. But yeah, I'll have more stuff coming up here. So for people that are looking, I don't know what.
Maybe I should just sell your CCX Extreme car. Be like, up for sale. Who's going to buy it? Be like, oh, sorry, Tony, I sold it.
Oh. Yeah, I might even do some minis, like build up some of my comp ones.
Yeah.
And sell them. I've just got too many to keep track of. Although we have kids come over now and play with them, so it's not as.
Yeah, that's always tough.
Yeah, that's harder to get rid of when I know that it has a use. But that's why I'm getting the 3S lineup back up. But now that I've bought more for the 3S and I'm going to have all those running, like I'm going to get rid of my Max and my X Max and that stuff for known reasons, but that'll help.
Tanker T68, I just checked my Instagram requests. Unless you're trying to sell me women's athletic wear, I don't see your request in here. Unless you're RC Lovers 24 from last Friday. It's the only request I have in there. Oh, wait. No, I see you. A week ago. Oh, yeah.
I
don't know, man.
That son of a digger one time on grass. I didn't race it because we were racing on cement so much. RC Jeep guy thing was meant to be. All you did was polish it, never ran it. Yeah. It was mainly because where we were running and I didn't want to roll it and scratch it.
Yeah.
So, or have it do what happened to my ZRD, which was it chassis slapped and chewed up.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about that.
Yeah, it sucked. Because we run out of cement. The first day I took it out and ran it, got big grooves in the bottom of the chassis. So.
All right, Tony.
All right, we got to go.
I got to go this time.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, we will see you next week. We got a lot coming up next week. I got lots of backyard stuff. I've got a couple videos that I got to post. Backyard trail revisions. Hopefully I don't get stung. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. Should be pretty fun. I'm getting excited for this weather. Time to go on a hike.
Yep.
So
We're going to keep building our stuff, get out there and bash and have fun. So
yes, sir.
lots more coming, guys.
Yes,
Got to do a
sir.
video on this now. We will see you.
Adios.